I've been spending money again. These seats came up on eBay, stuck an offer in, went to go and get them. Bit of a drive, but there you go. So they look really nice. They're pretty good condition. Not used for very long, apparently. Came out of a Volkswagen van or something. They come with these mounts, and it's going to be interesting getting them in the car. So getting them in here is going to be interesting because we've got this lump, and the dimensions of the runners are not the same by any stretch. They're much thinner, as in less wide side to side. So, I mean, there's a couple of ways of doing this. We can make a frame that sits higher up and then bolt the runners to it. We could do the same thing and just bolt the seat to it so it doesn't move. I've done that before. Or we can mount the runners and then do something to make the runners fit the seat, which I think is probably what's going to happen. So these are the standard runners. So I could potentially put that plate on top of here, and then the seat on top of that, but I think it's going to be too tall. I need as much headroom as possible. So the smaller runners kind of want to go in the middle here, but obviously we've got this in the way. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. So bearing in mind we need as much headroom as possible, these are not going to work. I mean, look out, that's huge, big gap there, massive. So we're not doing that. What I'll do is whip this off, and then we'll see what the situation is. So that's just the rails left on there. I forgot to mention actually, these have got inflatable lumbar and heated elements in them with the loom as well, so I will do that at some point. Not today, but I like heated seats, so we'll do that. So back to the frame. That's how it comes off. Basically bolts to this riser bit on the front and the back. And I think what we're going to do is get rid of this. Just use this. So we've got the bolt pattern for the seats underneath here on the inside 4, and hopefully we've got some holes here and here as well. So I wonder if we can make that fit. First thing I need to do is cut these lips off because they're not helping anything. So let's do that. So that's what we've ended up with. Paint's still drying, but this didn't come out too badly. It's a bit wonky, but I don't think that's going to make any difference whatsoever. The other issue I've got is that there's not a huge amount of clearance, so might need a bit more modifying. I have got a bit of space, so I could bend it a bit early, if you know what I mean. But I think all in all that's pretty good. So let's see what it looks like in the car. So that's how that looks. On the rear we're going to use the original 3/16 bolt holes, and on the front we're going to have to raise it up a little bit and drill some new holes. I can actually have it quite far back, which is good. Not going to need any more backwards movement from my normal seating position, I would expect. For the holes at the front, I have drilled that one, and actually it's right on top of my drive shaft loop. So what I've done is tap the hole in the drive shaft loop, because that's nice thick steel and it will act as it will spread the load. On this side I'm going to need to put something underneath to spread the load, so I'll get some 4mm steel, I guess, maybe more. I'll see what the standard is for that. I mean, whatever I do is going to be better than the original stuff I would expect. So I need to order some bolts, and then we can bolt it together. All right, that's how those are going. Quite happy with that. They're pretty far back, which shouldn't be a problem. I'm not expecting to have people in the back anyway, and they do go quite far forwards. The runners have quite a lot of adjustment in them, so I think that's going to be okay. The reason they can't go further forward is because of that cross member that runs under the car. If you remember the problems we had with the drive shaft loop, same sort of situation here. But as I say, I'm all right with it. I'm pretty tall and I need lots of leg room, so be all right. And if we need to put a footrest for passengers, then we'll do that. That's no problem. It'll keep their feet off all the wiring as well, which would be good. So I need to make some spacers for the forward mounts. I'm just using some washers and nuts at the moment. I'm going to make those out of stainless, I think. I've got some stainless bar that I can machine potentially. Now I usually make life difficult for future Chris, but today we're going to help him out. Those spacers need to be 12mm and 9mm, and we need 2 of each. So once those are done, I'll swap them in. Don't think I'm going to hold up installing the seats for that, because I don't know when I'll get to do it. But so for the minute we're using washers. So let's get the seats in, and then we'll deal with the next issue. It looks like I forgot to explain that because these seats are wider, now the seat belts don't fit, which is unfortunate. So we need to relocate them. I'm going to use brackets for that. Also, because we've changed the location of the forward mounts of the seats, one side needs a spreader plate. We're using the drive shaft loop for the other side, and the original rear mounts. So all 4 mounts of both seats have got proper support underneath. All right, we've got some brackets and we've got some spreader plates. They're all a little bit crude, but they'll do. They're good enough for what it's for. Good enough for a government job, as they say. So let's bolt them in. So that's how it's going to go. It does touch the side of the seat, unfortunately, even after massaging the bolt a little bit, but that's how it's going to have to be for now. Door still shuts. You've got this little indent in the door card, which is what this is for, I believe. So I think that's done. Awesome. Alright, that's both sides done. They're not perfect, but I think they're safe and good enough, so that's how they're going. So 2 things I've noticed. Firstly is that the spring for the trunk lid is broken, and the other thing is there's a rattle from the back that I'm struggling to find, so I'm hoping the 2 things correlate. So to get to the spring, which I presume is just sort of wanging around in there, you've got to take this panel off here, and to do that you've got to take the window trim off, and that's going to give us the added benefit of seeing whether there's any rust under here. I've got half of it off already. I did see a little bit down here. Doesn't look well. I'm not going to jinx it. So anyway, let's get the rest of the trim off, and the way you do that, you've got these little clips here, and you just have to find them with this special tool, and it just clips off. Can't really do it one hand, so I'll take that off and we'll see what's under there. Alright, trim is off. Actually not very difficult at all. Hopefully I didn't break too many of the clips. Now, I know this leaks from here, and I presume it's just the sealant has disappeared because California. So let's start hoovering this up and we'll see what's underneath. I've managed to get most of the America out of here, or a couple of decades worth anyway, and it's not too bad at all. There is that little spot over here. It's not brilliant. It's basically a poor job with the sealant and possibly the respray, but no big holes as far as I can see just yet. So that's pretty good. So what I need to do now is undo these screws. I think there's 2 more inside, and then we can have a look at these springs. I can't believe how easy it was to get these out. It's insane. If you're going to buy a classic car, get it from California. So this must come out somehow. There we go. Not broken. I was hoping that this would be broken and rattling around, and it's not. That's quite annoying. It's not my rattle. Okay, well, I'll tidy this up and put it back together then. We'll keep looking. So the next place I want to look at for knocking noises is the exhaust pipe, because I believe one of these, there we go, takes very little to bang on the floor. So what I'm going to do is I can either just push that or pull that inwards, or I could bend that a little bit more. Maybe I'll do a bit of both. Alright. Oh, that wasn't actually too difficult. So bending that, I think I can do with a couple of ring spanners. I need to bend it, I want it to go this way, so I need to bend it more than it is. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. What I might do then is use the bending pipe. This is where fingers get smashed. How did I do this in the first place? Don't think that's moved it. Okay. Well, we're going to bend the floor then instead. So it needs to go this way then, I guess. That's quite a lot easier. Alright, let's see what that does. There we go. Fit them. Maybe a bit too far. A bit too far. Okay, I'll just bend it back a little bit. There we go. I think that's it. We'll see how much of a difference that makes. This exhaust pipe is temporary. I feel like I should remind you. We'll do it properly another day. So I've noticed that when I bounce the car, there is a little knock. Actually, I think it's from the other side, which is going to be difficult. Fuck. At least it's stick the let me stick a microphone up there. See if that works. So what I'm wondering, I can actually feel it in the QA1 shocks. So I think I might have found something. So rocking the car, I could actually feel a little knock in the piston here. Now I'm happy to say that it's not in the shock itself. I thought it was going to be in the top mount, but no, that seems absolutely fine. But then what I realised was that this top hat thing was maybe a quarter of a turn undone. I wonder whether that's all it was. So I don't know why that's happened. Did I not do it up? It's possible. I wouldn't expect these to turn too much, but obviously they can turn. So what I think I'm going to do is whack a little bit of Loctite in there and then wang it up using that thing there, these little jobbers, and then we'll see, won't we? Right, as far as rattles go, or knocks even from the back, seems all good now. So it must have just been the shocks weren't done up properly on the top valves. So I'm really happy with that. Obviously we've still got a lot of rattles and bangs, or sorry, rattles and squeaks, which is probably a future job, to be honest. But all in all, pretty happy with that. I think we'll leave it there for today. It seems like good progress. 2 jobs finished, knocks and bangs, and the seats. So happy with that. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.